Hey guys, I'm Greg. Welcome to Greg's Beer Reviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Review today. Today's beer is Mikkeller's Black Hole Stout brewed with coffee. I've seen some mixed reviews on this. I mean, what I've got here is giving it pretty good marks, but for recently some of the comments I've seen about the beer not being carbonated and flat with the corks in the bottle and stuff. So I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of corks in beer bottles because of the carbonation. In wine bottles it works pretty good because there's not a high carbonation factor in a wine bottle, but in a beer, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sold on the corks on a beer bottle. So that being said, let's move on. I've not had a bad one with a cork in it, but I know some people that have. So let's get the info on this. And this is from Mikkeller, which basically he's a vagabond brewer. He goes around to different breweries and has them, or they let him brew his different kind of beers at their facility, and that's how he makes his living. So it's a pretty interesting thing the way he does it. This particular beer comes, one I got, comes out of Belgium. It's brewed at the, I'm going to butcher this all to pieces, so you know how those hillbillies are. We haven't got good grammar, so let me see if I can butcher this up real good. It's from the De Proef Brewery at La Christie Height, Belgium. So how'd I do on that, guys? The ingredients for this is water malt, roasted barley, flaked oats, dark cassonade, honey, hops, coffee, vanilla, and ale yeast. Food pairing for this is a chocolate type of beer. It's dessert. So the pint glass, or the becker, or the tumbler, or the mug can be used, or the sifter. I've got the Duvel glass. That's what I like using for these darker beers. It holds it all real nicely, and it's got a good shape, and it's a nice glass. I like it. The beer can be sold for an extended period of time. It comes in at a whopping 13.10 ABV. It's a Russian Imperial Stout, so it's a whopper. Better drink this one at home, guys. It's not a. It looks like it's in a big bottle, but it's not a huge bottle. It's like a miniature wine bottle. It doesn't have the it says it is. It's 12.7 fluid ounces. So we got 7 more ounces, and it's a heavy bottle. It's got the recessed bottom in it. It's looks like a $100 bottle. I think you probably use a cheaper bottle, it might and put a cap on it, it might cut the cost down on this beer. It's got a grand entryway here with the champagne type lid and the cellophane. So a lot of drama going on with this packaging, so as far as I'm concerned anyway. Well, let's get the damn cap off of it and see what we got. What do you think about that, guys? A lot of times these things can be a pain in the Ross to get apart. So I hope this one still got some carbonation to it. I know Chris at the Beer Geek Nation had a bad experience with this, so, and it feels pretty tight. Ah, here it comes. See if we got any carbonation. There it is. Let's see what this thing's all about. Kind of a green bottle there. I guess, like I said, the bottle may determine where he gets it done at, maybe how they package their beers. So he might not have the control of what size bottle it's put into, since he's a vagabond brewer and doesn't brew it at the same place. He may have to use their bottles and just put his label on it. So I'm going to pour this down the middle, see what we get. Well, that last little bit looks like it was Darkest coal dirt. Got little black spots right there on the top of it. So that beer pours very dark there now. I don't see any light whatsoever around the outside of it. Just real aggressive pour, about a half finger of head. I think it's got some carbonation in it. I can see the bubbles streaming up, so hopefully it's not flat. So let's get a nose on it and see what we got. Wow. A lot of chocolate and coffee going on there. A lot of roasted malts. And I get the booze too. 13%, I can smell that. Yes, I can. So, boy, it looks good in the glass. Look at that. Wow. Mikkeller, don't let me down. Everyone I've had from you so far has been wonderful. Better than wonderful. Let's see what this brings. Guys, smells good in the glass. Cheers. See what we have. Wow. Strong coffee. Bittersweet chocolate on the end. Wow. I got the coffee just beating my face in when I first tasted it on the front tip of the tongue. It is so bitter on the tongue. But as it gets to the back and rolls down your tongue, you get the bittersweet chocolate. The alcohol is more in the nose than it is the taste. Wow. Wow, that is very nice. I am so glad this has got some carbonation to it. It is not flat in the bottom. Chris, Beer Geek Nation, I'm sorry you got a bad one. This is a tasty brew, brother. I hope you get a better one next time. His was a drain pour. Wow. This is definitely not a drain pour. A little of the booze up front, but the aftertaste is so pleasant with the chocolate. It's good. It's right out of the fridge too. It's 40 degrees and I'm rambling on. Well, I'm going to let it warm up and sip on it here. And see if I'm still as happy with it when I get to the final chug as I am now. I'm liking it a lot right now. Stick around, guys. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around. Got just a little bit left with this one. I've been sipping on this probably about 40 minutes. It's a heavy beer, 13%, 13.1. Drink this one at home. It is a heavy beer. It'll get you there very, very fast. So it is a wonderful beer. But just be aware. I mean, if you're used to drinking a Budweiser or Miller and you go to this, I mean, this is going to blow your head off. It's going to blow your taste buds. It's going to be like drinking motor oil. That's what it's going to look like. That's what it's going to taste like. If you're used to drinking a heavier stout or an imperial stout, you could probably handle something that's 13%. Otherwise, this is really going to not. This is not going to appeal to you. So, with that being said, final chug, guys. Yeah, that's wonderful. It's you got the coffee, you got the cocoa, you got roasted malts, you got a little bit of vanilla going on there. I mean, it is nice. It's an exceptional beer. It's an above average. It's going to get a 9 on the scale tonight. The only thing that wouldn't give it a 10 is because of the alcohol booziness. And like I said, a year from now, 2 years from now, it may be an A+ for me, but it's just a little on the stronger side for my palate right now. So that's why it's not getting the perfect 10. But there's probably people out there that give this a perfect 10. Speaking of the perfect 10, Rate Beer gives this 100 overall and 91 in the style. So, and Beer Advocate gives a B in there. So I'm in between there. I don't think it's at a 100, but I think it's definitely a 9. I think it's an A on the scale. So beer. So my 2 cents worth, guys. If you've had a beer, let me know. Let me have some comments back on it. You loved it, hated it, had a bad one, had a good one. I thought this one was pretty damn good. So that being said, see you on the next beer review. That'll be tomorrow. Come on back.